you asked how rare is it to catch a daytime sword, and I think every year on the average, maybe daytime sword recreational catches surface 2 to 4 a year in Southern California.
Not even that, right? Probably not that many.
So I'm not comparing this to granders at all, because obviously we know how hard it is to catch a grander. We've been trying to catch one for the last 18 months, but I think it's important to know that every year in Kona, it averages 2 to 3 granders a year in Kona, and the entire, I think, California fleet only catch about 2 to 3 swordfish a year, if that. So it's pretty rare thing.
Yeah, it's super. I think it's probably one of the hardest fisheries in the world to find a finning fish. Dragging a bait in front of it's one thing, but casting and presenting a bait to it, technique-wise and gear-wise and presentation, arguably the toughest fish there is to catch.
Odds are against you for sure.
Yeah.
And it's different because you see it. And you see it, and you're trying to make it bite. It's the only fish that has a communication style. Fish usually don't talk back. They do. Not verbal, but they definitely communicate with you. A black marlin or a blue marlin, they come up behind the pattern and they get very excited and they light up, and you either hook them or they lose interest and they go away. Striped marlin does the same thing, front or behind the boat. Swordfish, they just kind of hang around and look at you, and they talk to you in their own body language, and just it becomes a little bit personal after a while.
We just caught a swordfish, rod and reel. We're ready now. It's on.
Hello everybody, we're doing something a little different on the world tour. We're actually going to fish a surface swordfish trip. We're here in Newport Beach at my house. This is sort of the command central of War Heroes on Water every year. But what's special about this trip is a few things. Number one is we got our friend Carey Chen on board, which we haven't fished with him for 6 or 7 months. But this boat is my favorite boat, and it just went through a 1.5 years of major construction, not even a refit. We did everything but the mains, but we put in new bridge, new windows, new interior, new decks, new davit, new inflatable, and the whole thing. So we're in between trips right now. We just finished Cape Verde. We got a new drone, and we're hoping that we can find a swordfish that is hungry enough that is going to feed on a pitch mackerel. So I'm going to be in the front of the boat, and we're going to be flying the drone, and hopefully we get a reaction from this swordfish. And man, how cool would it be for us to capture it on drone camera from above, this thing reacting to the bait and then eating it. That would be all-time amazing footage. Anyways, we're pretty excited. 5-day trip coming up, and wish us luck.
You want a hat? Yeah. What am I gonna do? Frisbee him?
I love the hats, man. That's that good bird. Hard.
Ready?
Harder.
Yeah. You guys have a good one.
Trying to stay clear of you here, brother.
Oh, you're good, man. Jump right in there.
Still trying to figure out how everything works on here.
Damn. Man, you gotta have fresh, ice-cold tuna and really quality ingredients. That's the secret to all the good poke.
Steve, you're not going to run over any of these sailboat people, right? Are you?
So we're right out in front of Newport Beach here. Got on our first little sonar mark right here. Slid on it. It's a mix of sardines and green mackerel. Gonna load up our tanks. I think we got a couple hundred here earlier this morning with all the grandkids and stuff on the boat. But we need some little bit bigger than average ones for these swordfish. So we're gonna try and put 30 or 40 of those in the tank. And after we catch our bait, we might go out there and take a quick look. That's it. unhooker thing. You're pretty good at that, Carey. Look at you go, dude.
Well, wait till things get in my
I
front.
ain't on the deep drop that much anymore. Kind of weird, huh?
Like it tapered off.
All right.
Okay, we're on mine.
More and more are being seen every day, you know, like not very many, like you hear stories of one or two or something, you know, but cramming, if they're seeing one or two just driving around and we got 5 guys that are pretty good in the barrels looking, we're gonna find one, you know, we should find one.
If it's there, you'll find it.
That's it. It's the board. That's it. We're out of business. Oh, Manny.
Calling Benny. Oh,
Are you ready to see?
No, we're not going today.
Nope.
It's the board. Oh, no. In the ECM.
Oh no.
Hey, Manny.
yeah.
It's one of the boards.
It's one on the board, huh?
Yep.
Okay, now what we gotta do is determine which one it is.
Yeah, well,
Either the MMDS or the SFFR.
right. We'll figure it out. What's the availability on those things? How do I get one here today? Shut them off again. Switch one at a time.
That one came on, no problem?
No, it came on with an alarm, but it came on green box, so it would let me start. So we got 2 problems.
We got it. Now we got to reprogram that MMDS to that because it's set it right there.
Okay. So we don't. What we're going to do now is switch one board. So shut the batteries off.
Pull the axis.
Pull the X's, switch one board, and then determine which one it is, and then put both good boards back in that motor so you don't have to reprogram it. Well, we're stuck here in Newport. We went to start the motors and we got a fault code coming up. No fault anybody's, just one of those things, mechanical issue. Red light was flashing, said fault. We went down in the engine room, we swapped out a bunch of the boards in the ECU, and we were able to verify that it followed when we, modules when we switched the boards out. And so we isolated which board it was. So we're missing a day of fishing here. And we've got the spare coming in at 5:30 this afternoon. We got mechanics lined up to program it. If it needs to be programmed, they got to hook a computer up to it for that particular motor. We got those guys all lined up. And we might get out of here tonight. If not, we'll get out of here first thing tomorrow morning. We'll pull out a 5-gallon bucket and have it ready to go.
We are in business.
Hey,
Thank you.
Right on.
We get to go fishing.
It's alive. It's alive.
Let me text Anthony.
I just did.
Okay. It's done.
It's like a bunch of thoroughbred racehorses locked up in the gate. After this boat being down over a year from the refit, we had a little electronic engine board issue. Had to fly in another part from Texas, and it is 6:53 a.m. So, you know, 24 hours later, or actually 36 hours later, we're ready to go. So wish us luck.
What are we doing?
Baby burn. The main thing is to get guys that are really dedicated to being able to pick up a pair of binoculars and stare in tubes for 8 hours a day and have that desire to outfish the other guy, and you know, and be the guy that spots that fish, and have that competitive spirit and the work ethic. And then it's from there, it's all about learning glare angles and little slicks and areas that you're going to find fish. The way you look and where you look is very important. You know, we all started out with Zeiss binoculars and no stabilization, and we were seeing fish at a mile in those in a good condition, and now we got the gyros and we can see them a little bit better than 2 miles in a perfect condition. And it makes it a lot easier because you're not, you know, having to support it and be your own gyro.
These are the binos right here, and those of you who have asked a lot of questions, these are Fujinons. They make them in 2 different models, 12 and 16s. And these are the Frasers. These are 14, right, Steve?
12s.
These are 12s. And these are 12 and 16?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So people have asked which is better. Well, we like them both. This has better stabilization. You can hear the thing winding up. It just got more stabilization. But it sucks on batteries. It chews up batteries pretty fast. These batteries, 2 AA's, well, they changed the new models to a new style battery, but these will last all day. And you can leave them on all day. So they're a lot better for you to pick up, take a look around, and put them back down, where these take a lot more commitment for stabilization.
I still used to hold my own even when the guys had gyros early on. And now I pick up a pair of non-stabilized binoculars. I can't even put them to my face. I feel like I'm driving down the freeway going 90 miles an hour on a cobblestone road or something. But
It just is such a unique fishery and application style of fishing. And we're talking about having good fishermen, but they actually come on board, and for the entire 4, 5, 6, 7 day trip, they actually sometimes don't even touch a rod and reel. They're picking up binoculars all day long. And the competitive spirit and how each other all trying to outdo each other by finding swordfish, it's really pretty darn amazing. Now keep in mind, these things only stick up, you know, inches out of the water. There are 2 finners, and you can see them 2.5 miles away with you know, 12, 14, 16 power gyro binoculars. And once one is spotted, somebody starts screaming, and then you try to get a second or third guy to get a lock on it visually. And then Steve starts running the bow up to 20 knots because we got to get to the fish before the fish starts to go back down. Where is it? I see it.
Coming back on it. He's looking at it. Leaving it alone.
You go down? Gosh, I hate these things. Well, we've been fishing 130 pound gear with 40, 50, 60, 70 pound drag. And I'm up there trying to cast this all of a sudden go from heavy metal to classical music up there. It is pure elegance up there. It's a finesse game. I'm trying to cast a 80 pound conventional outfit with thick leader and a big hook. And the first couple of days we didn't have the right size mackerel, so I was feeling like I was casting a paper plate up there. I couldn't get any distance or any accuracy. Plus, I certainly was not in mid-season form. I was a preseason rookie. I couldn't.
You were making good casts.
I was making shitty casts, but anyways, the second or third day we were able to make bigger mackerels, and I got a few casts under me, and I got my rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, you wound up hooking it on a smaller one.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. This animal does not live on the surface. It feeds down the deep. It's an amazing specimen, right? I mean, it can live down in 1,500, 2,000 feet and come back up to the surface. That amount of pressure change, and for this animal to operate in this type of pressure environment is just simply incredible. So when the swords are up on top, they're not feeding, and they're only on top for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and they go right back down. That's not their sort of, you know, living room. Their living room is down the deep. They got those big old eyeballs that helps them see when they're down there deep. So when they're up, they're sunning themselves. You know, most of the time they're right below the surface, and we find them because, you know, they stick their dorsal and their tail out of the water. With high-powered gyro binoculars with 4, 5, 6 guys looking, we're able to sweep 3 to 4 miles with the boat being in the middle. So on conditions like this, you can see them up to 2 miles. We've seen some fish 2.2, 2.3 miles, but most of the time is right between a mile, mile and a half is sort of the sweet spot. The guys up on the bucket in a boat like this really has an advantage because that additional 8, 9, 10 feet of elevation, obviously because of the curvature of the earth, you really gives you an advantage to see over the guys that are on the fly bridge. So this is why having a bucket, not a tower, a bucket where you can lock in your legs, be protected from the wind, because it does get a little cold here. As we all know, swordfish is not, you know, he's not looking for really hot water. So where they surface is generally pretty cool. And a lot of you are asking, hey, do they surface elsewhere? Well, they do. I don't know that by personal experience, but I have friends and I have, you know, we have followers that sending us pictures all the time. In the Indian Ocean, they float in Florida, they float northeast of the US. Seems like they float in a lot of different places. The issue here is you need a platform like this, and you need a team that knows what to look for with high-powered gyro binoculars to really have some sort of comparison between how, you know, it would compare with Southern California. This is fishing back to the basics. Use live bait and high-power gyro binoculars, rod and reel, sight fishing, casting, swinging on the fish, and then it's just a great angling feat, and it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. We were talking last night, probably catch 1 out of 100 dedicated days of sword fishing. All right, so this one was the first one we've seen of the trip or the day. The boys did a good job getting it pretty far. Let us throw 3 different baits on it, and had absolutely no interest. I couldn't really even get the bait in front of them. Very, very twitchy fish. And water's pretty clean. Usually when the water's clean like this, they usually don't want to, they're not very sociable when it's very clean like this. So hopefully we get a lot better shot. But it's good to see one. Good job, Ryan. A lot of times they come right together like this. The last one was only 25 minutes ago and the second one's appeared. We are in clean water, so hopefully this second one will let us get a little closer to them. Yeah, I got it. 12:30, 12:15. Swimming away from us. Swimming away. And they're so elusive, so they're so hard to find. And so many people out there are wondering, you know, when do they come up to the surface? Why do they come up to the surface? And where else do they come up to the surface? And I don't know what you think, Steve, but I think they come up in almost everywhere. They have to, right?
Yeah, man, any place where there's the current backs off a little bit. You never see them when the current's running really hard, but any place where the current backs off and it's, you know, temperate, and, you know, they like it hot and sunny and better than overcast and windy, and certain conditions, high pressures, they definitely float in high pressures.
Oh, just jump right there. Just jump. 100% swordfish.
Not very nice.
It's not very small. Jumped again.
It's definitely not very small.
That was a total middle finger right there. Oh! But we keep ourselves entertained, you know. We fish rockfish, we fish sea bass, we fish yellowtail, we fish striped marlin, we fish bluefin tuna.
I noticed you're not going towards the fish.
I am, it's just Help! Woohoo!
We're ready now. It's on.
The gap between number 9 and number 10, I think it was 4.5 years or something like that. And, you know, it's pretty hard to get one of these things.
We hooked quite a few.
Hook a lot.
We hooked quite a few in that 4.5 year period where you know, you wind up pulling the hook or something. It's probably the only fish that when you hook one and it comes up and jumps and you get to see how big it really is, because all you're seeing is the fins, and it jumps, everybody on the boat if it's a big one, everybody goes, oh, because they know the chances of you getting it are pretty small. They just went way down.
I think the odds from hooking one to landing one is 1 out of 7 or 1 out of 8. All right, everybody, end of day 1. Really special to be on this boat again, and to be on this boat with a couple of guys that I spent a lot of time with. This man, Ryan, found 2 swordfish today. He kicked ass. And there's Eliseo right there. There's Eliseo. Eliseo's been working for me for 20 plus years. We ended the day, the last 3 hours, we're playing around with the bluefin out here, and we hooked 3. So tomorrow's day 2. We're looking forward to it. Behind me here, for anybody that is interested, this is Santa Barbara Island. So part of the Southern California chain of islands, from off of Ventura, you know, all the way to Catalina, San Clemente Island. It's a jewel of a fishery here, but it's nice to be out here. All right, wish us luck. See ya.
You know, a lot of the times these things, the prime time that they show is like 9 to 4, 9 in the morning to 4, and you know, like actually 5 even, but you know, like 10 to 4 is prime time.
It's a big one.
We'll go up and present a bait to them, and then once it's 10 o'clock and it's prime time and swordfish, if it's looking good at all, we won't even pay attention. There can be marlin all around the boat. We won't even throw a bait at them. That's how focused that we are on getting to the end goal, you know, and that's what you really got to do. And then, you know, once 4 o'clock rolls around and the odds are kind of getting slim, the marlin are up showing again, we'll go over and bait more marlin and throw more baits at marlin and do some other fisheries to catch something and have some fun, because it is long, sometimes very boring days, but I think we're averaging finding 1 or 2 a day.
Did he show any interest in that bait? I can't get to him. He's coming to, he's right there. He's right there, Steve, he's right here. It's all right, Steve. Did he turn? It's all right. Good. I need all the help I can get. Picking on a purple thing. And these darn things, they fight very, very different. They don't go on long first runs. People are always surprised that I don't get spooled. The reason why I don't get spooled is because they don't run long ways, and then they settle down. This is pretty badass. He's all balled up. Hopefully knotted himself to death. It can't come undone. That's what I'm hoping for. Straight down. He is all balled up.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
This is what they do. They stay 50, 100 feet. They get settled down, and they can literally do this forever. You guys are supposed to be motivating me.
Oh, he looks like he's almost dead.
Okay, let's go get him. Nice one, Steve. Number 10.
Yeah, baby.
Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Look at the hook. Look at the hook. Look at the hook.
Oh my God.
Look at the hook. Just came out. This is the game right here with these damn things. You just never know. We got lucky on this one.
Yeah, baby.
What time is it? What time? What time is it? Hour and a half. Yeah! Number 10!
Yeah, baby.
Number 10!
That's so bad.
Nice work. Look at it, just slow.
That's a nice one.
What was the hook? Anybody see the hook before it came out?
Can't believe
Number 10. So special you're here.
Brother, that was
So special you're here for number 10.
let me tell you, that was the best I've ever seen any fish fight, ever.
This is why I'm addicted to this.
Unreal, unreal. Look at the size of that thing, man.
Good job, dude.
Good job.
Good job, bro.
Good job, Anthony.
There you go.
I gotta look at my notes, but 5 years for number 10. Between 9 and 10, 5 years, and more than 10 hookups. This one came right up. Boy's got multiple gaps in it, and then the hook comes flying out. We don't even know where it was hooked, tangled, snagged, we don't care. It's dead on the boat. It's gonna feed a lot of people, and I'm gonna eat some too. Look at that thing.
We're back. Here we go. We're back. How about right there? That's a nice bill. Look at that thing. It's perfect. Just got in from catching our swordfish.
More excitedly.
Oh. We're here at Santa Cruz Island. We just caught a swordfish, rod and reel. Now we're catching squid. And we're gonna catch some sea bass tonight.
Oh, I missed that one.
Welcome to squid fishing.
All the way down the bottom?
Just off of it.